Welcome. Are you struggling to move forward? I want to share with you the one trick that finally worked. Are you struggling with school, kids, anything like that? Hi, my name is Sandy. I have struggled with so many things in so many areas. So I recently changed my mindset when it comes to struggling or when it comes to resistance. I changed my mindset so that when I have resistance, it's a reminder. I'm recognizing resistance sooner. And when I recognize that it's resistance, I take that as an invitation to either level up or try again. Here's what I mean by that. I'm going to share this little story with you. So I'm in this research methods class for my psychology class, and I tried starting it in March, end of February, something like that. And I still do think that there was a slight issue with the professor, but I think she was teaching two separate kind of classes. I think that's what it came down to, and I don't, that's a them problem. So anyway, this kind of class, I need help with. I YouTubed my whole statistics class to be able to understand any of that because I needed to be a video, not me reading it. So I need an actual teacher. That's what they're there for, the instructor. That's why they're an instructor, because they're supposed to instruct you. I couldn't even get an email. It sounded like she was mailing somebody totally different. And I did everything in that class that I could by myself. Everything. And I needed her direction because she was going to be the one that was correcting it. So I was getting resistant. We could not communicate. That was the resistance. I tried talking to my academic advisor and I tried talking to the tutor. The tutor made it worse. She was making it sound so complicated, the assignment so complicated, and not what I was reading. So I'm sitting there going, can I not read this? Am I just reading this totally wrong? And then the academic advisor wanted me to talk to the writing center and the librarians to see if they could help me. Again, I came to the conclusion that the only person that could help me was the instructor, and I could not communicate with her. So the academic advisor advised me, she's like, well, you can just withdraw from the class. It's a required class. So I would normally sit in that resistance. Almost to the point, I don't even know how to describe it other than insecurity. I would have had to go into my insecure place and not be myself, basically dimming my light and not standing up for my voice of what I normally would have done when I was super insecure. I still have insecurities. I'm not perfect, but I would have just rolled over, and I don't know how else to describe it besides just. So she said that it wouldn't affect my GPA and that it wouldn't affect my financial aid. She's like, oh, let's take a break. Breaks are good. Normally, I just want to get it over with. But I'm like, you know what? I don't see any other way. So I'm like, let's do it. Let's take a break. So I picked this positive psychology class, and positive psychology stuff is all over Facebook and the internet. This should be fun. This should be super fun. It is not. Not for me. It just seems like on this end of it, I don't know if there's a fun, happy end of it. I haven't seen those. But this is where beautiful psychology stuff, like the fun, which I associate with positive psychology, with social psychology, which my brain does not compute. Putting politics with wellness. I don't like to do that. No. I'm sure you can, because there's healthcare and all that stuff that's important, but that's the politician's thing. I don't know. No, thank you. So this positive psychology class, I was so excited to do something positive after that experience, knowing that I still had to take the class, hopefully with a different teacher. Well, positive psychology professor is amazing. And the curriculum, however, is not. I said this in other videos, but I'm trying to combine transcendence with the job market. Maybe they could use a different word, but they want me to do something with the job market and transcendence. I guess I can do that maybe after reading a bunch of articles, but on face value, there's a lot of resistance. All that to say, I got through two of the assignments for the positive psychology class, working with the resistance. I was working with the resistance, and the professor was helping me. It just works in my brain when they help me. And then now I started the research class again with a different professor who's amazing, answers my questions, willing to talk to me. It's fantastic. Sometimes reading, I can read, but sometimes there's just so many different facets, and the things when they repeat makes me confused, because when you repeat the same thing in a different way, I'm not sure if we're talking about the same thing anymore. And then, like, why does it have to be repeated so many times? These are all the things that bring resistance to me. Repetition, doing something, physically doing something more than once. That works really good for my brain. But repeating it, and me having to repeat the same thing, resistance. So by taking all this resistance as an invitation, do I want to level up in this situation, or do I want to try again? So I tried again with this research class, way better. So that's just one example of resistance. Another example of resistance was I'm trying to get more views. I'm trying to get my message out. I'm trying to be more supportive to other people. So I've been watching videos to do better on my thumbnails and do better on my titles and all that stuff. And I was watching this other YouTuber, and she's like, do the thumbnails and the title first. Somebody else, my mentor, was telling me to do the titles first. I don't wanna. I'd rather have fun doing the video. I'd rather make a bunch of videos for you guys, just random videos about me. If you want random videos about me, let me know. Totally can do that. I like being random. Random is fun, but random, I guess, distracts people. So I'm trying to not be random. I'm still gonna be random, but anyway. So I've been trying to do what I felt resistance. I felt a lot of resistance when she's like, do the thumbnails first, have it all laid out. Oh, it sounds so complicated. So I was so resistant to this idea. Today, I've been doing that. It's been so fun. I've been doing the titles and the thumbnails while mostly taking pictures, which I love scrapbooking. So this has been so fun. My daughter wouldn't help me. It was great. She's just like, Mom, you're so weird. You see some of the videos with this shirt, not with the pictures. Super fun today. She's like, no, Mom, I'm not going to do that. So I've been having so much fun. So I feel like I've been leveling up in how the thumbnails are turning out, and it just makes my life happier. And even on the drive here, I thought of a whole bunch more creative ideas to do other fun stuff. One caveat I want to make to the resistance part. Sometimes resistance is also a good reminder of where you're healing and areas that just need more healing. For example, sleep is still a tricky area. I think it's in the area where I can use more of these resistance techniques and just being like, hey, what can I do where is the invitation going for sleep? Like, that one's okay. Spirituality wise, that one today I was reading about, I think they were talking more about transcendence and flow in my reading today for school. And they had this section about activities, like self-activities you can do. And a lot of them were interesting. But when they got to the spiritual ones, I felt a lot of resistance. And not the invitation to level up or try again. This was more of a traumatic, I've been super spiritually abused. If you want videos on that, or if you can relate, comment below. Maybe we can heal together. Because that's an area that I was reading it and it's almost painful. There's a difference between resistance, like, no, I don't want to do the thumbnails first. Like a 2-year-old tantrum, but not. You know what I mean. I want to do the thumbnails first. If that's the feeling, then it might be where you can level up, and there's awesome things on the other side. Let me tell you, there is so much fun on the other side of that resistance. This spirituality thing that I'm talking about, it just needs to heal. There's just healing there. So it was like a reminder in that regard. It was a reminder to be like, that still needs to go on the shelf. We're putting that back. The box got open. We're going to shut that box for a little bit. That needs to go on the healing shelf. We're putting that on the healing shelf. That's not done healing yet. That's not time yet. We'll try that again later. I guess that does fall into the try again later part. Nope, that's traumatic, not healed yet. So is there a resistance that you're struggling with? Comment below if you feel comfortable. Otherwise, just write resistance. And then I'll send some sunshine your way. If this resonated with you, or if there's somebody that you know that it would resonate with, share, subscribe. I'm doing all these kind of fun things that I've been struggling with and that I feel resistant to. So if you wanted to join my journey, or we can join together, I would really like to heal the spiritual box, and eventually I will. I don't think any of that's gonna ever go unlooked at. Continue watching over here. Otherwise, thank you.